and they don't really like me. Cause I can fuck your bitch and fuck your mom and auntie.
Are a form of marketing communication that aims to promote a product, service, or brand. Commercials are typically broadcast on television, radio, or online platforms. Most commercials are normal, but some could flat out be disturbing. So in today's video, I will be talking about disturbing commercials that actually aired on live TV. Lynx Chocolate Man. Lynx, also known as Axe in the US, is a male grooming company that makes a lot of hygiene products. In 2008, Lynx made this commercial of a white male putting on the new chocolate scented Lynx body spray, causing him to become a man made out of chocolate. This commercial is pretty creepy because once the man turns into Chocolate Man, he has this soulless face, giving me an uncanny valley feeling. In the commercial, we see the chocolate man walking around, making a lot of women smell the chocolatey scent, which causes the women to chase the man down. Kinda like me, for real. Especially with the Earl clothing on, so go shop at earldoesn'texist.com using my link in the description below. The full commercial is just women going after the chocolate man, but they don't just try to get with him because the women are literally trying to eat the chocolate man. This commercial aired in the Netherlands and in the UK in 2008. The commercial was criticized for perpetuating negative gender stereotypes and for being overly sexualized, but it was also praised for its clever marketing tactics and for appealing to the target demographic
that X
of
chocolate
men.
shit was...
I think this is a very wacky commercial, but I just hate the dude's face. Like, I get what the commercial was trying to do, but why does the face have to be soulless? And also, I don't know if this is me reaching, and I don't want to accuse Lynx because I don't want to get sued, but it does give me some blackface vibes. I don't know if that's just me though, or if I'm reaching too much, but yeah, Lynx, I am not accusing anything, I'm just getting weird vibes. That's it. The Heart She Holler. The Heart She Holler is an American live-action television series that aired on Adult Swim from 2011 to 2014. The show is a satirical horror comedy created by Veron Chapman and John Lee. The Heart She Holler has gained a cult following for its dark humor, surreal imagery, and twisted storylines. In August of 2013, Adult Swim would drop a really creepy commercial. And before I show you guys the commercial, just imagine yourself as a little kid watching Cartoon Network, and right when it switches to Adult Swim, you see this commercial pop up.
Definitely weird as hell.
Yeah, that's traumatizing, and in my opinion, that was way more terrifying than the Dawn is Your Enemy Adult Swim bumper. Which, by the way, I never got creeped out with that bumper. It's probably just me though. The woman on screen yelling is a character from the Heart She Holler show, and her name is Mima. This commercial lasts 30 seconds of just Mima screaming. Then blood splatters revealing the title of the show. I saw some clips from the show, and like I said, this show is a satirical horror comedy, and I can confirm that the clips from the show aren't even that scary compared to the commercial. Something more disturbing than the commercial is the fact that Adult Swim would hide that jump scare within their other promos. So you could be watching a random commercial, but the jump scare still pops up for no reason. I'll show you guys an example because somebody did catch this on camera.
Nah, don't do that.
Yeah, rest in peace to little Jimmy who pulled an all-nighter and just saw that jump scare pop up for no reason. I mean, I do think it's pretty funny, not gonna lie, and luckily as a kid I never saw this, but this is a pretty disturbing commercial, but I do like it. Smurf PSA. I saw this commercial a long time ago. It wasn't on TV, it was like a clip on Instagram, and this commercial is so wild that for the longest I thought it was fake, but it turns out that this commercial is real. Let me just show you guys the commercial.
What the fuck?
Bro, what? What? What?
What the fuck was that?
What?
That was a Smurf genocide, and yes, this
What?
commercial is real. This is a commercial by the United Nations International
That felt like a
Children's
meme.
Emergency Fund.
No
which
way
is a
that's fucking
humanitarian
real. That felt like a
organization that
fucking
works to
meme,
improve
yo.
the lives of children and their families in developing countries around the world. In 2005, an advertisement featuring the Smurfs was aired in Belgium.
It felt like some shit Street Cannon would just throw in at the end of the fucking meme comp.
The 25-second commercial was shown on the national television after the 9 p.m. time slot to avoid children from seeing it. The Belgian office of the UN Children's Fund said that they decided to use the Smurfs, which was created by a Belgian artist, to shock the public into backing its fundraising efforts for ex-children soldiers.
Nah, y'all crazy as hell.
The 20-second video commercial clip was shown on Belgian TV, and it aims to show that war can happen to the most innocent places on Earth.
No, y'all crazy as hell.
Village. Shoot a dog. The Royal Society of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is one of the largest and oldest animal welfare charities in the United Kingdom. They've been around since 1824 and released a very infamous yet disturbing PSA in 1987. This PSA starts off with a dog in a dark room, while a disturbing instrumental version of How Much Is That Doggy in the Window plays in the background. The camera then zooms into the dog, in which the person pulls out a gun and threatens the viewer to donate money. The man says,
"Please give us £1, or we'll have to pull the trigger," while
the gun is being pointed to the dog. This is bizarre since their whole message and purpose is to prevent dogs and other animals from being treated cruelly. And yet they're threatening to shoot a dog, which seems hypocritical. I mean, YouTube, they clearly didn't hurt the animal. This was just a commercial for shock value, but it's super strange how this company decided to go with the shock value route, and it's
that's crazy.
Extreme of a commercial. Duracell. The Puttermans are a fictional family that appeared in a series of advertisements for Duracell from 1994 to 1996. These family members are powered by Duracell batteries, and they look like dolls, which give a very uncanny valley feeling. Every commercial starts off the same, where you see the family powered by Duracell, but one of them will be powered by the quote-unquote other kind of batteries, which cause the person to shut down. Their most infamous commercial is titled The Barbecue, where you see the family saying great things about Duracell, and then the annoying aunt starts talking. She then shuts down because she wasn't wearing Duracell, but it turns out that one of the other family members actually switched out her batteries with one of those other bad batteries, and they just laugh about it.
Wow.
So, is everybody using Duracell batteries?
No kidding. The second I heard you can't buy a longer-lasting battery, I bought the family a whole case.
Reminds me of the first time we tried Duracell batteries. We were living in Tulsa with your great Aunt Emma. We shared a one-room apartment. Herb, did you slip her one of those other kinds of batteries?
Me?
You can't top the copper top.
Alright, well, just killed her.
I don't know about you guys, but wouldn't this be considered murder in their world?
Yes.
Because the batteries are essentially their heart, so if you switched out somebody's batteries with bad ones, you basically just killed them. These series of commercials are very weird and wacky, but especially the barbecue one because they flat out killed their aunt and just laughed about it, which is pretty disturbing. For this next one, I want you guys to guess which company made this commercial because this commercial is very weird. Well, if you said that this was an Apple commercial promoting the first ever Mac, then you are correct.
Are you serious?
On January 23rd, Apple Computer will announce the Macintosh Office. You can look into it, or you can go on with business as usual.
A Macintosh.
This commercial came out in January of 1985, and it even aired at the Super Bowl that same year. This commercial is titled Lemmings, which means a person who unthinkingly joins a mass movement, especially a
NPC.
headlong rush to destruction. This commercial shows
A normie,
people
a follower.
rushing off a cliff like lemmings, and then one guy takes off the blindfold, refusing to join the lemmings because he wants to escape the Matrix and not fit in with those slave-minded business people because he is instead an Apple user, so he stands out amongst the crowd. I mean, that's how I interpreted the commercial, but I could be wrong. Also, I'm an idiot because I didn't know that Mac was short for Macintosh, which was the name for Apple computers back in the day. Something I also discovered is that Apple made so many more lemming commercials back in the 80s because their first ever commercial for the Macintosh was very similar to the first one that I just covered. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. This is a very infamous Nintendo commercial where they promote the new SNES game, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Since Yoshi eats everything, Nintendo thought it would be a great idea to show an obese man eating and eating food until he pops.
When is too much too much? To find out, we crammed everything into Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. 60 more levels, massive enemies, huge Yoshi tricks, all served up with the latest graphic technology, Morphmation.
No more.
Sure you don't have room for another little bonus level? Super Mario World 2, only on the Super NES. Still the big one.
This was a commercial that was released in 1995 and shows a man inside an all-you-can-eat buffet while gameplay of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island plays in the background. Like I said, the man is eating too much, just like Yoshi, but unlike Yoshi, the man blows up, causing his insides to splatter all over the guests of the restaurant. The 90s were definitely something else when it came to their advertising. Tidy Up and Bored to Death commercial. In this segment, I will be talking about two commercials from the same company, and I want you guys to guess which company this is from. And just an FYI, the first commercial does gross me out a lot. It doesn't show anything like graphic, but it just makes me very uncomfortable.
Ew!
Yeah, what the fuck? They made a child play with a toy for a commercial. If you guessed that this commercial is from Balenciaga, well, you're wrong because this is actually an Ikea commercial. In the early 2000s, Ikea would make extremely weird commercials for shock value.
What the fuck? Why do Ikea need to be making commercials like that for? Ikea don't even sell shit like that for them to be making commercials like that.
And these commercials aired in France. From what I'm aware of, these commercials only aired in France, and I can't find any other information if these commercials aired in other countries, and I'm pretty sure these never aired in the US. I could be wrong though, but the only information I have on this is that these aired in France. This specific commercial aired in 2001, and I just hate commercials that involve kids messing around with those type of stuff. It's just wrong. And yeah, sure, the kid doesn't know what it is, but you have to keep in mind that the people who shot this commercial and directed it are grown adults. And Ikea doesn't even sell those type of toys, and plus that advertisement isn't advertising furniture, so this commercial is completely meaningless.
Like, what is the point of it?
Ikea even produced this in the first place? Another wild commercial that Ikea made in the early 2000s is called Bored to Death, where you see a married couple in their house, but their ceiling starts falling apart, which then causes dirt to fall from the ceiling. A rope also comes out from the ceiling, which goes onto the man's neck. The woman survived the rope incident, which she later pulls herself out from the ceiling, which then takes her to her gravestone with her and her husband's last name on it. And right in front of their gravestone, they see an Ikea store.
Them niggas is just doing anything.
That sucks.
Once again, this commercial was made for shock value, but what's the point of these commercials? Because they're not even advertising their products. I mean, does
Niggas is
Ikea
just
even
doing
sell
anything.
rope? I don't know, but yeah, they actually show a man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Early 2000 Ikea commercials are just extremely disturbing. Nicorette Japanese commercial. This is a weird 2002 Japanese commercial that aired for 4 months in Japan. This commercial is promoting the brand Nicorette, which is a nicotine replacement therapy company. The commercial is just weird because of the huge cigarette
Sound like a
man
slur.
with a creepy looking face, and it doesn't help that the man in the blue suit is making weird facial expressions. Kinda looks like bro's about to bust. The commercial then ends with the man pulling out Nicorette gum, which scares the creepy giant cigarette man away.
禁煙してても吸いたいよ吸いたいよ禁煙してても吸いたいよ吸いたいよ禁煙してても吸いたいよ禁煙してても吸いたいよ
それはタバコをやめたい人の医薬品禁煙補助剤新発売
Japan is notorious for making weird, creepy commercials, so if this video does perform well, I could make a part 2, but this time only talk about weird Japanese commercials. And that is the end of disturbing commercials that actually aired on TV. Thank you so much for all the support. It really does mean a lot to me, and I can't believe that, in my opinion at least, I've improved my content, and it does make me proud, and I do see you guys comment
Definitely have.
the content has improved, and it does mean a lot to me because looking back at my first video, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of garbage. I mean, it was my first video, so I'm not too harsh on myself for that, but dude,
especially that Vine one.
saying that I've improved.
That was like the first one.
To me, dude.
I seen that shit.
Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram.